Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jerry, and in this video we'll be doing the Pickle Rick challenge from TryHackMe. This challenge kind of shows us a little bit of what command injection looks like on a web application. It also shows us a little bit of leaked credentials and data that shouldn't be available on the public web. So let's just dive in. So as we can see here, we have the challenge. The challenge says, this Rick and Morty themed challenge requires you to exploit a web server to find 3 ingredients that will help Rick make his potion to transform himself back into a human from a pickle. Deploy the virtual machine and explore the web application at this IP address. You can also access the web app using the following link, and then it provides the link there. This will update when the machine has fully started. So usually when you first start this challenge, this IP address won't be here. It'll just say machine IP. So the first thing we want to do is we want to enumerate the target. So we'll go over to my Kali Linux VM, and we will run an nmap on that IP. So we'll copy that. Tag ASV, so that will give us a service version, and we'll just do that. Now while that is scanning, we want to go look at our web page. So I'll just copy this. Go there. So our web page says, "Help Morty, listen Morty, I need your help. I've turned myself into a pickle again, and this time I can't change back. I need your help, Morty. Log on to my computer and find the last 3 secret ingredients to help my pickle reverse potion. The only problem is I have no idea what the password was. Help Morty, help." And we just have a very simple static web page here. Alright, so we see from our scan, we see that port 22 is open and port 80. So port 80 holds HTTP, which is where the web server, we can see a web server that's Apache 2.4.18. That's running on an Ubuntu system. And then the next thing we want to do is we want to do probably a GoBuster just to see if there's any hidden directories that we can get to. So GoBuster and we want the word list to be alright. So while that's hang on, that's way too slow. So now that that's doing that, we'll right click on here, we'll go inspect. So we'll check header if there's anything. Nothing seems too out of the ordinary except for this note to self. Remember username Rick rules. So this will come in handy later on. Clearly Rick has left this there for himself to remember. Just see how our scan is going. So we see an assets folder. We'll see if we can go to that. And here we have a few things. So we got a portal JPEG, a couple of JPEGs, some bootstrap, jQuery things. Nothing super helpful. So we'll just let that run for a while. So at the end of that GoBuster thing, we don't actually find anything. It's just that. At this point, I think the best course of action is probably to run another nmap scan, and this time we'll use a script. So what we'll do is we'll just go to port 80 because HTTP is there, and then we'll use script equals HTTP -enum. So this will enumerate the protocol and see if it can find anything that may be useful. It'll go a lot quicker than GoBuster. So as we can see here, we have port 80, it's open. We found a logging.php, possible admin folder, and then a robots.txt, robots file. So the robots file, if you don't know, is actually made so it stops Google and other search engines to list certain directories or files and that kind of thing on their search engines. So it's stuff to hide, and then the login PHP obviously is the login page. So this is definitely very interesting for us, and this will be interesting. I think we should check this out. So I'll probably check the robot.txt file first. Robots.txt. And what we get is the word wubba lubba dub dub, which if you've seen the show, you understand that that's just something that Rick says. It might be a little bit helpful, but I'm not sure at this stage. I'll just keep that saved somewhere. So now what we should do is go to the login page. Now, as we know from before, we have Rick rules as a user. Holy dooly. As the user, we're going to assume that that's probably the username here. So we got Rick rules, and on a whim, when I first did this, I put in wubba lubba dub dub because I had no idea what it could be, and as you'll see, we got in. So on this page we have the command panel here, which you can apparently put commands in. You've got an execute button, which runs, and then it's got like this little box that comes up. If we try to navigate anywhere else, it says only the real Rick can view this page. Creatures, potions, Beth clones. If we go back to the commands page, the first thing that I would input is to figure out who I am on the system. So I would put who am I? And we find out that we are www-data. So we're now currently that user on the file system. So we'll go pwd. So we know that we're in the HTML folder, so where this page is located. So let's list stuff on this folder. And so the first thing we see is super secret ingredient.txt. We should copy that and then open it up on the new thing. We've got assets, which we've had a look at. We've got clue, denied, index, login, portal, and robots.txt. So let's have a look at what is super secret ingredient. As we can see, we have our first flag, Mr. Meeseek hair, which is a bit weird. I'm pretty sure Mr. Meeseeks don't actually have hair. They do have hair. They have orange hair. I didn't think that. I thought they were bald like this guy. This is what I imagined them. Anyways, we digress. Submit that, and woo! Got our first flag. Alright, so we have that. We want to look at clue.txt. Actually, I don't like this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to open this up. I'm going to go cat clue.txt. Oh no, apparently we're not allowed to use this command. So let's try more clue.txt. No. How about less? Txt. Oh, apparently less works. Look around the file system for the other ingredient. So we have 2 more ingredients to find. So let's list the home directory, the root directory. See if we can find anything here. Nope. So the first place that we'd need to look is see if we have any other users on this. As we can see, we have Rick and Ubuntu. So we'll go ls/home/Rick. Yeah. And here we have second ingredient. So I want to know whether this is a file or directory. So file home/Rick/second ingredients. So it's ASCII text, so we know that it's actually a file. We'll go less home/Rick/second ingredients, and we'll do this backslash for the space. And we have one Jerry tier, which is sad because my name is Jerry and they're using my tiers. Close you. But hey, it helps someone get out of a pickle, get them out of a pickle. Alright, so the next one is we need to find the final one, and I'm going to assume that it's in the root folder. So let's go ls/root, and we don't see anything. So either there's nothing there, or there's something there and I'm not allowed to do it. So let's go ls. We want to know -al, so we want to list everything, and we want to make sure that that it's telling us who has write permissions and read permissions and all of that, and we want to do that for the root directory. So we go down to, where's the root? Root. So the only person who has read, write, and execute permissions is root. The only other command that I can think of just using this command panel is sudo. So we want to say sudo -l. So that will list the privileges that this user account will have. So user data may run the following commands on this. Everything. No password, everything. Which is super weird. So to test that out, let's go sudo cat clue.txt. So cat is still disabled. But let's go sudo ls/root. Boom. So we go sudo ls/root/third.txt. And done. We've got our third and final one. Woo! We did the room. Now, after I completed this room the first time, I actually went and did a little bit of research into like what someone else did, and I actually found John Hammond's YouTube video, which I'll link in the description, really helpful, because what he did was he actually created a reverse shell in this command panel, and was then able to use his terminal to move around. I wasn't able to replicate the second part of his of his reverse shell, where he actually stabilized the shell and made it look really pretty and easy to move around. But I got just a normal reverse shell. So if you want to do this, you go into Pentest Monkey. So we go Pentest Monkey, Penne test. Monkey reverse shell cheat sheet. I use the Python reverse shell script here, and then you have to edit it, of course, for your own IP address and get it to listen back to you. But basically, what we do is, so mousepad, I called mine PyShell, and this is the script. So you got to make sure that your IP address is correct for your machine, and then the port numbers are correct. So, and then make sure it's in Python 3, because Python 2 doesn't work. So you can't just put Python-C as Pentest Monkey has it on his site. You have to do this one. So, and then we also need to set up a listener. So that's ready to go. So we go nclnp, cool. Now it's listening, we'll execute that. And then boom, we have a shell. We go, who am I? www data. And then now what we do is we go sudo su. So sudo su is sudo and then super user. So we'll put you to root. So who am I? Root. So let's see, back into root, ls, so we have third text, let's touch new text.txt, go ls, and there we go, we've put a text in there for that. So as you can see, we can do a reverse shell there. It's not very pretty, but it still works, and it's a little bit easier to like run around the file system compared to the page. So yeah, there you have it. So that's Pickle Rick. As usual, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if there's any other challenges I should be doing as I continue my cybersecurity journey. This is one of the first challenge videos that I'm doing, so I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.